What's up guys, it's me Mr. Bradley, and in today's video we're going to be learning about Stone Age tools and weapons. But before we begin, hit that subscribe button and get ready to do the starter questions on your screen right now. The Stone Age literally gets its name from when human beings began to make Stone Age tools and weapons. Stone Age tools and weapons could be used for many things, such as protecting themselves from saber-toothed tigers, hunting wild animals, and doing day-to-day things such as digging, building, or even scraping and cutting animal skins. But how were they made? Well, I could try and show you, but anyone who knows me knows I'm not the craftiest of people, which is why I asked Ryan Gill, a Stone Age tools and weapons expert from Hunt Primitive on YouTube, to show us how Stone Age tools and weapons were made. Let's go!
Hey Mr. Bradley, Ryan Gill here with Hunt Primitive, and today I'm excited to show you just a small collection of some of my favorite primitive weapons and tools. You know, some of my absolute favorite things to build are wooden bows and stone-tipped arrows. But I also love making spear points and knife blades, and also complete knives just like this one. Now that you're familiar with some of the tools, let's show you how to make them.
A certain rock was very popularly used around the world in the Stone Age times to make tools and weapons. The reason for this was it was reliable, easily worked into shape, but stayed strong and hard when used as a tool or a weapon. And this rock was called flint. After Stone Age people had found a big piece of flint, they had to make it the correct shape to make a tool or a weapon. They did this by a very careful and precise process of hitting it with another rock. Ooh, me hit the rock with other rock. This is what we called flint napping. No, the flint was not having a nap.
Okay, flint napping is breaking the rock. Okay, one little one there. And that's how you remove flakes off of a large one. Now this is actually great because we can set this one aside and actually use it for an arrowhead later.
Once the rock was the correct shape, they could either be used just the way they were, like hand axes, hand stones, and scrapers, or they could be attached to a wooden handle to make something like a Neolithic axe, or a wooden shaft to make something like an arrow. To secure this, people used a Stone Age glue that was made from things such as beeswax, pine resin, and charcoal. You could also use Stone Age string or twine that was probably used from the fibers of plants or bark. Needless to say, the very first Stone Age tools and weapons were kind of terrible. The Stone Age tools and weapons in the Paleolithic era, the beginning of the Stone Age, were pretty basic. People used things such as hammerstones, stone cores, and sharp flakes. By about 1.7 million years ago, people then began to make stone hand axes and other large stone cutting tools. But as people began to realise that hammerstones and stone hand axes really hurts your hand and takes such a long time to do anything, people began to develop better tools and weapons. By the Mesolithic Period, or the Middle Stone Age, people didn't just have one stone tool, but they actually had entire stone tool kits, with a variety of different stone tools and weapons, such as spears, awls, scrapers, and coming to the end of the Mesolithic Period, they finally invented bow and arrows. In the Neolithic period of the Stone Age, people were now farming for their food instead of hunting and gathering. This meant that people didn't have to move from place to place, and so they could build much bigger and permanent houses. This meant that Stone Age tools and weapons were now being made to build big houses and for farming. Tools in the Neolithic period included things such as hammers with handles, axes with handles, plows, digging sticks, and querns, which were used to grind wheat into flour. Despite farming totally trending in the Neolithic period, people still used weapons for protection and for hunting, and were greatly improved in the Neolithic period. Weapons were expertly shaped, sharpened, and polished using grindstones. Can you guess what these tools were used for in the Stone Age? This was a stone knife, and it was used for many things such as hunting, skinning animals, or cutting meat. These were scrapers, and they were used for scraping the fat off of animal skins or scraping bark from sticks. If you guessed hunting, you were correct. This was a harpoon, and it was used for hunting fish. This was called a borer, and it was used for drilling holes into wood, animal skin, or other materials. Here's how you can turn a bar of soap into a Stone Age tool or weapon. Grab yourself a bar of soap and carve it into the shape of a hand axe, an arrowhead, or even a knife blade. Do this using a plastic knife or clay tools. When you have finished, you can attach it to a handle, and don't forget to keep the flakes. Recap time! The Stone Age gets its name from when people began to make tools and weapons from stones. Tools and weapons at the beginning of the Stone Age or the Paleolithic era were pretty basic. In the middle of the Stone Age or the Mesolithic period, people now have a Stone Age tool kit. Fast forward to the Neolithic period and people are now making tools and weapons for building and for farming. And so we've come to the end of our video about Stone Age tools and weapons. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and check out some of the other Stone Age videos on my channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.